Hey folks, Sheilah here from Design Files. In today's video, we're going to be going over the text tool within the Moodboard Editor. Now, there could be any number of reasons where you would want to include text on your moodboard designs. So in this case, maybe you would like to include some of the paint details within the paint swatches, or add some titles to your actual design board, or perhaps you're actually building out a full client presentation slide deck where you're going to have a variety of different slides, including your table of contents, maybe materials and finishes, your lighting plan, your budget recommendations, your project timeline, whatever the case may be. There's a variety of different ways where you would want to include text to your designs. So in this video, we're going to be going over the text tool in detail to show you how you can basically use that tool to pull together any of these types of design presentation slides or to add notes to your moodboard designs. So let's go ahead and we'll open up this particular slide right here. I'm just going to hit edit, and we can go over some of the ways that you can include the text. So if you do want to include text to your design boards, you're going to find the text library in the right side panel. It's right down here. So you can click on it, it will expand, and within here you're going to see that there are a variety of different fonts that you can choose from. So you can search for a particular Google font, or you could just go ahead and you can drag out one that you like. And when you drag it out, you're going to see that over here on the right side panel, it's going to adjust to show all of the text properties and styling options. So here you can type in your message. So let's say we're just going to put in table of contents. And then here you can see that I can do left aligned, I can do centered, or I could right align. So depending on how you want this text to show within your design, you can make your changes. You also have the ability to bold the text, to do italics, and to underline. Here you can adjust the color as well. So you can just select a color from the color fields. If you've got a specific color code, you can add it in. Or you can just, go ahead, and in this case, I'm probably going to stick with something like a medium tone gray. And I would be able to add this to my table of contents as the header. Now, if I wanted to keep that same color and that same font, but I'm going to make my list for all of the things that I'm going to include within my table of contents a little bit smaller for the font size, instead of dragging out the font again, like going back to the library and dragging it out again, what I'd really do is just click on the actual note that I've created here for the table of contents, and then I'm going to duplicate that. And then here, this is where I would start adjusting this to include all the other elements that I want to include. So just to speed up this process, I'm just going to take this. And let's go ahead. We're going to click on this one and I'll show you. Okay, so we're going to add in all of these different options. Now, I don't want this to be the same size as my title size, so I'm going to take this down a notch. So we'll just use the font size option right here. And you can see how it's dropping down. So just pick the font size that you like. And I don't like how crammed it looks. So this is where your line height tool is going to come in handy. So you can just start expanding it out until you feel like it's at a good amount of spacing between those lines. Now, in this case, I also want to have a numbered list as well. So again, what I would do here is I would just duplicate this, and then I'm going to shift it over. I'll come back over here. So let's just highlight all of this. And we're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can just kind of punch in the numbers as you go. And then in this case, I could choose to right align this one so that I can kind of line it up like this. And then, just place the necessary elements where I want them to be so that I can create or recreate a look like this. So it's pretty quick and easy to use. It does come in handy if you want to create some notes like this. So if I wanted to list out what the specific paint colors are, that I can just lay them on top of the actual paint swatches, and you can change up the color as well. So if you want it to show as white or black or whatever color it is, then you can do that. Different things that you can also do with this. Let's jump into this one as well. If you're wondering how I created this project timeline with these little shapes behind the numbers, these are actually just little paint swatches. So let me just shift the number here. This is just a paint swatch. So if I go into the paint color library, we'll just pop into Faro and Ball. You could choose to bring out a paint swatch like this You could scale it down. You could choose to crop this as a circle if you prefer. And then again, scale it down further, do whatever you want, and then you could slide those into place and then layer your numbers on top. So you can create these little numbered symbols on your mood board designs or in your project timelines or whatever it is that you're creating, just to kind of give the designs a little bit more of a styled look. So there's definitely a number of different ways that you can approach it. If you are interested in creating your full client presentation slide deck, there are additional videos within the video tutorial library that will show you how to save those as templates so that you can use them for future projects as well. So be sure to check those out. They're going to give you loads of great tips and tricks that you can follow. Aside from that, if you have any questions at all about how to use the text tool within the Moodboard Editor, then feel free to reach out to us on the live chat. We're always happy to help. Thanks for watching.